The following live stream has been approved for appropriate audiences. It may contain occasional strong language and may not be suitable for younger or more sensitive viewers. Viewer inebriation is advised, though not mandatory.
Good evening, happy Black Friday, and welcome to Last Call, where tonight, in the recurring theme of bringing you old variety specials for the various holidays, we are bringing you another one for Thanksgiving. That's right, just like the paisley ties that don't go with anything that you kept giving your father for Christmas, we want to share this kitschy bit of 70s nostalgia with all of you. So get comfortable, top off your glasses, tell me what you're sipping on in the chat, and we'll get this day after Thanksgiving special Canarble Wagon rolling right now.
Last Call is streamed before a live audience.
Salud, welcome. So glad you're here. Tonight I am sipping on a hot butter rum. Fresh, homemade, fat washed a pound of butter through a full handle of white rum. And boy, it's yummy. Got myself 2 heaping tablespoons of Demerara sugar in here, about a half a cup of that butter rum, and then some boiling hot water to top that off, and warms the insides. And oh, it's yummy. It's butter rum. You know, you've had those candies, right? This is the real thing. And I'm already half into it, and I'm feeling all warm and kind of cozy around the edges. And that's why we bring you these nostalgic holiday pieces. Maybe it doesn't make you feel all warm and squishy around the edges, but I've got that nostalgia going on. I'm a product of the 70s myself, and you know, if you don't have that same kind of relationship to the variety shows of the 70s, maybe you should drink some more. I encourage you, start now before we start the show. Anyway, let me get my designated driver in here, because with this, I'm probably going to need him. Here's the turkey himself. How you doing, my friend, and what you sipping on?
I'm doing great. I have myself a apple cider in a glass, not hard cider, just regular apple cider. I do have to work tomorrow, but I got the apple cider, and it's good stuff. Let me take a sip.
There, go for it. How is it?
Nice, appley and sweet.
Hot or cold?
Cold. I know some people do the hot cider. I might have to try that someday, but yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you what. It's one of those things. It's also real nice if you got a scratchy throat.
Really?
You know, I mean, tea is good, of course, but a hot cider, definitely. And it can, of course, throw some ginger in there too. That helps a lot.
I'll keep that in mind.
But we've got, and I'm probably gonna be making a run to the liquor store in the next week or two. There's stuff you want to have around for the holidays, and I feel like I want to get that peach schnapps was really good. Funny story about that peach schnapps, by the way. So I had 3 glass. Oh, I never even checked on it. Would you, because we could have a mess back there. I don't know. It's up on the, yeah, there it is. So, okay. So, I had 3 glasses of peach schnapps last week. And during the course, and I kept asking Netter, can you refill this for me? Can you refill this for me? And of course, it probably sounded like a shtick. She's like, well, how drunk are you? No, I'm fine. Let's keep going. And I barely felt a buzz by the end of the stream. And I drank 3 full glasses. But as she pointed out, she said it's better cold. So about midway through the stream, she put it in the freezer, right? Now I keep my whiskey, I keep my gin if I'm planning to drink a drink cold, I keep those in the freezer because I never want to dilute my liquor with ice. That's just anathema to me. And alcohol does not freeze. So you can put it in the freezer and it gets ice cold, and then you pour it out, and it's like it's over ice without diluting it with water. She put the schnapps in. The next day I took it out because I figured, it's Saturday, I could have a drink, and it wasn't really affecting me. It was frozen solid. I kid you not. I'm like, oh, this isn't good. And I'm looking at the glass, and I'm not seeing any cracks in the bottle or anything. Of course, admittedly, it was only a half full bottle, so there was definitely expansion room. And then I read, I don't remember what the exact percentage was, but it was a lot lower in alcohol than I anticipated. And I'm like, well, that's why it froze. And I was disappointed. I was like, it tasted so good. I thought it would have a reasonable alcohol content. No, it didn't. So be very careful, people. Check the alcohol content on your schnapps before you try freezing it. Although it'd probably make a good popsicle.
A pricey popsicle, maybe.
Well, this is what I can say. I stopped drinking. Now I'm eating it solid because I'm freezing. Eating like a popsicle. That's actually an old Dean Martin joke.
Can you use it for Jello shots?
I've got a Jello shot story. Maybe I'll tell you that one later in the stream. Let's start saying hi to the chat because they've been waiting so patiently while we're chatting amongst ourselves and not saying hi to them. I apologize, my friends. Starting with JPRPH1, channel member dropping the Canarble Wagon, the Fedora, the Brown Mumbler, and of course, the Last Call logo. Thank you, my friends, so much. Curtis Selby. Hail, hail. Welcome to you, my friend. And, of course, the beautiful Lady Mist sending me some flowers and encouraging me because she's wonderful that way. Hail to FKHC 2005, whom we lovingly know as Tim. And he was the first in the Cosme. I have not yet dropped the Cosme link, have I? Maybe I have. Let me take a look.
No. I sent you a private chat. Just
you tell me to put the Cosme link?
I just asked if there was one or what we're doing. Sorry.
There should be. Netter, can you grab that for me?
I will grab that.
If you paste it in Troy's, I can paste it in mine. But
okay, so where was I?
Cider is good stuff. That's where you were.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I did get off the topic, didn't I? Because I got waylaid by the schnapps.
Okay, it's in both of yours.
Thank you. Let me go ahead and pin that before I forget.
Yeah, I'm not streaming with these guys tonight because I'm still working on my basement project, which was a lot more involved than I thought it was going to be.
Netter and I are in the same boat. We're both working on projects.
Yeah.
Mine's with a group though, so I'm in this with other people.
But so one of the things I want to pick up is and this will not freeze because this is definitely high octane. There are different moonshines, which is basically Everclear with some fruit juice in it, right? So they got blueberry, they got apple, they got whatever, strawberry. Very, very yummy. Very, very yummy. Better than I got a strawberry vodka one time, and I was like, there's barely any strawberry flavor in it, and I'm like, what's the point? If I'm going to make a strawberry-based drink, I'm going to have to add some actual strawberry juice to this. What's the point of getting a strawberry-flavored vodka? Might as well just use my own vodka.
And then add strawberry flavoring.
Yeah, exactly. Or take fresh strawberries, let them sit in the vodka.
Ooh.
You do that yourself. It draws it all out.
It's a good idea.
Which is exactly what moonshine is. Moonshine is, pure grain alcohol that you've had some fruit sitting in, pulls out all the flavor. Well, they make one called apple pie. They basically do exactly what I just said using apples. It tastes yummy. And that will just knock you for a loop. And that's a wonderful thing for the holidays. You pour it into a glass, you drop some star anise in it, maybe a little bit of allspice and or cinnamon. Oh, I'm telling you.
Now you want to go back to saying hello to the chat?
Yeah, I'm going to.
I didn't want you to forget.
You know, my thing is all around.
Sprinkle some Apple Jacks on top. You know, I'm just
or just pour it over your Apple Jacks in the morning.
Oh my goodness! Don't
cereal.
No. Oh, that should be a scene.
I might.
Like the Big Lebowski, him just pouring like alcohol over cereal.
I promise in 2025 we will be doing a Monday Night at the Movies with the Big Lebowski.
Oh,
no
it's
doubt
the
about
funniest movie.
Speaking of Big Al Presents, welcome my friend. Have a great show, my friends. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Yes, we did. We had an incredible all-day film marathon. It was great. But it was also a learning experience for us. We may do the same thing at Christmas with a bunch of different Christmas films. But if we do that, I'm probably going to not have them butt right up against each other. At one point, I realized I had done my math wrong, and I was about a half hour off with when a movie ended. So all the movies after that had to be shifted. It was, you need a refill, don't you?
Oh, no, let's not overdo it on the cider. One's enough. I got water too. So there you go.
There you go. JPRPH1. Oh, yeah, I said hi to you earlier, but hi again. Why not? And of course, Netter of Netters Network. Love you too, sweetie. She's going around giving us this Cosme links, which is really, really helpful.
Yes, I'm excited about this one.
Connie Cleary, hail to the chat, and hail to me. Hail to me. I'm the okay, no, I'm gonna start doing springtime for Hitler and Germany.
Okay, wait.
Let's see here. It's Connie. I know I saw Here he is. Deleted scene. Salute, my friend. Good to see you. And let's see. Yeah, there's the salute. And David Pensack. Happy post-Turkey Day, everyone. Oh, so I made my my every year. So here's the thing. People like their white meat. People like their dark meat. I don't care either way. I'm not a huge turkey kind of guy. Netter loves the white meat. Not too keen on the dark meat. So every year what I do is I take all the dark meat, which, let's face it, is about 2/3 of the turkey, right? Throw it into a pot, all the drippings from the turkey, all the leftover celery and whatever, I had in there with the turkey, I dump into a pot, fill it with broth.
Grain alcohol.
With grain alcohol. Okay, smart ass. With broth and, like I said, all the dripping. So there's a lot of butter, a lot of bacon grease, and so forth. And this year I threw in a bunch of noodles, and I made like turkey soup. Oh, dude, let me tell you, this is good stuff. And that's going to sit on my stove in the pot with the lid on it. And every morning I will get up and turn it on, raise it to boil, and that's my lunch until it's gone.
Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold.
Peas porridge in the pot, 9 days old. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we discovered, though, there are certain things we can't do that with because they go bad.
Well, if you don't heat it up every day, it goes bad. That's the problem.
No, we had done one where
we did a stew and we left it for 3 days.
Yeah, it was like gross.
And we didn't eat, don't do that. Either put it in the fridge or bring it to a boil every day. That's how you get through the winter. Just a little bit of survival technique.
I use a lunch crock. You know what that is?
I don't know what a lunch crock is. I know what a crock
pot is. A lunch crock is a mini crock that you can take to work. Now, the idea is you don't prepare a meal in the lunch crock, but you can use it to reheat a meal that was made in a crock.
Sure.
And it comes out tasting like it would if you would just reheat it in the crock pot again. So it's a good idea. You could, as it comes a little, it has like, doesn't have like temperature settings. It has an automatic set. You just leave it there and it warms it up for you. And it's a good for soups and stews and things like that. What, you laughing?
I'm laughing at Mark Daly's comment here. Welcome, Mark Daly. He says, greetings from the capital of Florida, also known as South Georgia. You have a comment to make about that, Boomer?
I have no comment to make.
Boomer's our resident Florida man. Just
Georgia is the peach state. We're the orange state. Right?
That is true. That is true. And
I do prefer peaches to oranges. I will say that. So
I like them both.
I like them both.
Yeah, I'm like that. I'm like that little Mexican girl. Why not both?
Why not both? That's fine.
Matanui, who hung out with us for a long time last night. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. And of course, Lester San Jose, the Skeptic Tank, wonderful contributor to the channel. He is one of our producers. Actually, a lot of the people that I mentioned are producers. Check out the links below. Make sure you're following all of our producers. A lot of them have great channels, including Lester San Jose. Check him out. And it looks like Big Al is back. Try peach moonshine. I have this. Actually, this is one of those things where you can get too much of a good thing, kind of like pumpkin spice, which is freaking everywhere at this time of year. I love peach schnapps. I would love a peach. Actually, I think that might be what you're saying, Big Al. Forget the peach schnapps. Just get peach moonshine. That's the way to go. But the problem was, when I was at Benny's last week and I got the peach schnapps, all I could find was peach everything. I wasn't finding, I was looking specifically for an apple brandy for my
fruitcakes.
For the fruitcakes. I got a fruitcake made up for well, I don't see them here, so I don't think it's going to ruin the surprise, but I need to make arrangements to get together with them. I made one for someone that works at the grocery store we shop at. We promised her one. She helped us find the ingredients, so I think it's only fair.
Crystal.
Crystal? Okay.
I think that's name Crystal.
Mark Malnikoff, whom you've seen in the chats, and Evelyn Hampton. I just need to get together with them and get them their fruitcakes. But anyway, I like this particular brand of apple brandy because it brings a really great apple flavor.
It's called Hartley.
Hartley apple brandy. They're not carrying it there. They had every other, including a peach brandy. They had peach schnapps. They had peach moonshine. They had peach everything. And I'm like, who's in charge of the peach lobby that's making sure that peach is everywhere and we're not getting any apple stuff? I'm going to have to look into this.
It's funny you say that, though, because I feel this fall there's been more of an apple thing more than pumpkin this year.
Amen to that. Maybe there's let's make America apple again, which is Anyway,
I don't know. I had access to an apple pie and a pumpkin pie yesterday. I love them both.
Natter made this wonderful apple pie from scratch. It is so good. I don't even know what kind of apples she used. They were like the perfect apples for this pie. Really, really good stuff. Geek Flag with Nate Knows. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. And where is he? There he is. There's Tim Hayes. Welcome, my friend, channel member. So appreciate you. And I'm playing trombone, so it's very difficult for me to read the chat unless I actually bring it up. If I miss you, don't be offended. Just say something. Say hi to me, will ya? Say, hey, Troy, you bastard, you missed me.
Oh.
I got through the winter by moving to Florida, where they have no winter. Is that true, Agent Boomer? There's no winter in Florida?
Well, we do have a change of season when winter comes. It does get colder, but it would feel more
preceded
like
by some very heavy winds, I understand.
Yeah, well, I think we're okay right now. Are we out of season yet? Knock on wood. I think we are. I don't want to say that though in case I'm wrong. Anyway, let's see though. But no, we have a winter. It's just not as cold as everybody else's. We don't have a spring. Spring is no. There's no spring. I could argue we have a rainy season, and then we have every other part of the year, which is sunny.
And Daniel Barry Sports Highlights becoming a regular in the chat. So appreciate seeing you here. Guys, I want to ask you a big favor. Please share out the stream. I was last night really kicked my ass. I didn't get up until the crack of noon today. And then I was way behind the 8 ball with everything I wanted to get done today. So I barely got this stream together in time. I never got around to sharing out the stream myself. So if you would be so kind, please share this out, especially in the X groups and the places that you do. That would mean so much to me. It costs no dollars, but if we can get more eyes on this, let me tell you, Boomer. So I think you know more acutely than anyone but Netter about my monetization this year. Which I'm really fired up about. My double monetization, if you think about it, because I got my minimum monetization fairly early in the year. And then my goal was the following year, which would be 2025, to get that AdSense dollars, right? Well, guess what? I got my AdSense dollars a couple months ago. We had a celebration and everything. So it's kind of nice. I'm making a little bit of side money, a little bit of chump change. It's funny because I don't care if you're a small channel or a big channel. It's almost a friggin' full-time job being a YouTuber. It really is. And when you're first starting out, it's like part-time money. So it's more than full-time job for part-time money. But yeah. So I'm pretty fired up about that, but it's been a paradigm shift for me because I feel the responsibility of it. I feel like I got to really provide the quality of show to you guys, and I know I'm not. I'm faking it. I'm pretending to be a professional organization here, and I know I should. But Netter and I, we're working on it. We're trying to improve all the time, but. I know you guys are in there helping us. The Blue Wrenches, the channel members, you guys are not only keeping the lights on here and helping with the day-to-day, but I'll tell you, sharing it out, and telling your friends, hey, check out this channel. This is where I'm at on Friday nights. Drunk stream. Watch this fat, bald Italian guy get drunk on stream. It's hysterical. That's sadly, that's how we're going to make this a successful show, I think. But anyway, anything you guys can do to support, certainly appreciate it. But we are really here, not for all of that crap. We're here to celebrate Thanksgiving. So I guess I should start by saying the thing I'm most thankful for. And I think all your YouTube channels are saying this. If they're not, they're assholes. We're thankful for you, right? Because we would not be doing this if it weren't for you. Netter says that at the end of every stream, right? But we love hanging out with you. That's why we do it, right? And I couldn't be more thankful. I could not be more thankful. You guys are just literally a godsend and a blessing. Here, see, this is what I'm talking about. Nate sends $5. Stop all that self-deprecation. We will have none of that. You're doing the best job that you can, and you're pretty good at it. I really appreciate that, Nate. I really do. And you're right. You are right. Okay? I'm not, it's not false humility. I know that I do some things well. I just know that there's so much more that I want to do, and I know I can make it better. And anybody who doesn't say that probably works in Hollywood, right? They think they're the top shit and they can't get any better. But the people that are really doing good work are the ones that are trying to improve all the damn time, right?
You're referring to Ridley Scott with that statement.
We're going to talk about him a lot on Sunday. Let me tell you, I sent you that one. Mark Melnikoff sent that to me. I saw it. I'm like, I fucking want to talk about this bullshit. Mark did, yeah, see, I'm probably going to get demonetized on this stream because I know I'm going to be using the language.
They were trying to make Glicked a thing. Glicked, Gladiator 2, and Wicked, but people weren't going to see Gladiator 2. It's not happening.
No, but I wonder how many people are seeing Wicked. We're going to be talking about that a little bit.
It's doing good box office from what I heard.
Well, at least 3 weeks I haven't gotten no views. So everybody, please go subscribe to Darkwoods Presents. Hit that notification bell so that you find out about everything that Darkwoods is doing. Together we grow, right? It's not just enough to support the one channel, support each other in the chat. We are a community, right? We are a community, and together we grow. Let's see here. I know you guys are talking amongst yourselves, but sometimes I just got to bring up your chats because I can't read the tiny little in the side of StreamYard. When you stop wanting to do more, you should. Yes, you're absolutely that's a great point there, Nate. Wicked isn't my jam, never was, even if one of my execs was so into it. Look, I think I said this on a previous stream, but I'll be damned if I remember which one. I love, and you guys know this, or Torrin Clegane especially knows this. I love Broadway. Netter and I went to see Wicked when it was here in Chicago. Loved the play. But I've been burned so badly by Phantom of the Opera, Les Miserables, all of our favorite Cats. Oh, fuck. I didn't even go to see Cats. I'd already checked out. I was like, fuck that bullshit. Love these plays. They don't know how to translate them into movies anymore. And we've even had streams talking about this. So I knew, especially when I saw Ariana Grande cast as Glenda. I was like, I'm not sure she's got popular down. I just didn't see her doing that tune. And then I saw who they had cast for Elphaba, and I'm like, I don't know this chick well enough, but I'm guessing she doesn't have the singing chops either to be defined.
She did have a theater background. I think I did hear that, though. Having
a theater background and a musical theater background are two very different things. And from everything I'm hearing, she probably doesn't have the chops for it. So those things in and of themselves were enough reason for me not to see it. But then all the drama behind the scenes and the fan bashing, and I'm like, screw this. This is just another one that doesn't deserve my support at all. Let's see. Well, a big question is anyone subscribed, getting any notifications from my channel? That's the other thing. It's not enough to subscribe. That notification bell is crucial. And even the channels that you go to all the time, don't assume you're actually getting those notifications. Go check out, and go see what the most recent videos are. And if you don't see that red line across the bottom that you watched it, guess what? You weren't notified. Maybe watch it now. A few months ago, I said no movie needed a sequel less than Joker. Then Ridley Scott said, hold my beer, and made Gladiator 2. We'll be talking about that one on Sunday, too. What did you think of the Chicago film version? Okay. That is a great question because that was actually a great film interpretation. That was... I've got to say this in a way... I may have to explain myself on this. That was a great modern film adaptation of a musical. Here's what I mean by that. Most of the musicals that have been adapted to film that were great, think like Oklahoma, think The Music Man, and so forth. They're doing them from the point of view of the musical, right? And they don't take the full advantage of the film medium. Whereas Chicago did everything that was great about the live stage musical, but framed it using elements of cinema that elevated it. I really liked Chicago. Not only that, but every person that they cast was perfectly cast because they had the singing and dancing chops that I didn't even know they had. I didn't even know. Kathleen Zeta-Jones was the one that trained her co-stars in the dancing because she has this wonderful dancing background, right? And as big a fan as I am of what's his name?
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly.
Richard Gere.
I didn't know he could sing. I did not know he could sing, and I did not know that Richard Gere could not only sing, he could tap dance. And oh boy, did he tap dance in that play.
He's another actor that got on the outs with Hollywood was Richard Gere.
Yep. Yep. I don't know. I think at this point, if you're on the outs with Hollywood, you're probably actually talented, and that's why they don't like you. But anyway, so that's a great question, David. And yes, I loved Chicago, and that was probably the last cinematic adaptation of a musical that I've seen. Actually, before that, there was one that I kind of liked, and that was Moulin Rouge. Moulin Rouge was good. Another one that had stars that I did not know could sing as well as they did.
Evita?
I didn't even see it.
Okay.
Did not even see it. Because I could not stomach Madonna trying to sing Evita Peron. I just, no.
All right.
Not at all. And now, retroactively, I'm glad. I'm all the more glad I did not support that film. But I feel sorry for the gerbil. There you go. There you go. Anyway, so Thanksgiving. We've been doing a lot of these what do you call them, variety shows. We started with the Star Wars Holiday Special, which I do every year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this year we did the Paul Lynde Halloween Special.
Yes, we did.
Kind of become a classic. It's very readily available out there on the YouTubes. We wanted to bring you the Donnie and Marie Halloween special. But they pulled it from YouTube.
Right, just before we got a chance.
Literally days before we were going to bring it to you, and I was going to pull it down and do it. So Boomer suggested, hey, let's do the Carol Burnett Thanksgiving special. He says, here it is on YouTube. I'm like, I'm grabbing it because it may not be available when we go live. Well, I confirmed, and it's listed in the description below. The Carol Burnett Show official YouTube channel is hosting this episode.
Oh, excellent.
But we don't know for sure, how long in the future it will continue to be there. So I will be sharing it on Cosme as we usually do. The Cosme link is pinned to the top. You can watch along with us. But if you are not watching live and you don't have, you won't have access to the Cosme because it's a live stream, just go ahead and, click on the link below when I do the countdown. You can watch along with us, virtually speaking. Real quick, I see that Mark had said something. I wouldn't kick Ariana Grande out of bed for eating crackers. A few extra carbs would do her some good. Yeah, she's just not my flavor, man. I wouldn't have her in bed with or without the crackers. And have you seen, I recently saw somebody did a meme of her showing what she looked like when she first started on the Disney Channel and what she looks like now. And I'm like, that ain't even the same person no more. What the hell?
Well, people grow into their looks or grow out of them or whatnot, right?
Yeah, or they change their skin color and they change their hairline and they basically effectively change their phenotypic ethnicity, which is what she basically did.
Like that villain in that James Bond movie.
Yeah. There you go. There you
Which
go.
we'll get to when we do this part 2 with retro blasting of the James Bond movies.
So I looked for the Donnie and Marie Halloween special and could not find it. It was literally nowhere. I went to the high seas. I went to the Internet Archive. I went everywhere. Could not find it. On DVD or bootleg, maybe. I'd have to look into that. Yeah, and that's like another one that I couldn't find for last night was Squanto, A Warrior's Tale. I looked everywhere and couldn't find it anywhere. So I went ahead and ordered a secondhand copy of the DVD. Won't get it until the first week of December, but I will have that for next year's Thanksgiving celebration. So anyway, let's go ahead and check this out. This is not really a Thanksgiving special. It was just a Thanksgiving themed episode of the Carol Burnett Show. Let me tell you, the Carol Burnett Show was hysterical. I mean, there's some humor in there that, and this was partly because this ensemble cast was very talented, not only as comedians, but any of you that have ever seen Whose Line Is It Anyway? You know, this whole concept of improv. If you have improv down, you're good to go. And so they're doing all these skits, but they used to improvise all the time. And the funny thing was they would crack each other up. And as the other people that are trying to be serious start laughing, that causes the audience to laugh, and it's just all up with them. Maybe we'll have to do a good old days about the Carol Burnett Show one day. But any episode of the Carol Burnett Show is going to be a good show. But it does play like a variety show. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. Go ahead and right-click on that that link to Cosme up in the up at the top of the chat, and we'll kick this thing off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. I love this. They used to do this on old shows all the time. Everybody is standing frozen. It's not like the camera is frozen. They took their positions and were just holding it before they started moving.
Now, I was a big fan of the show Mama's Family, which I believe one of the actresses on here
from this,
was played Mama.
Yep.
Nice Southern lady who would get angry a lot, right?
Yes.
That's what I remember.
I love it. Vicki Lawrence was the youngest actress in the ensemble, but she played, you know, the old woman in
I know.
Paul Lynde. If you were with us for the Thanksgiving special, we talked a lot about him. And again, like I was saying about the musicals, you know, back then, you could almost assume that actors, comedians were also at least reasonably talented as singers and dancers, because if you were in entertainment, you trained in, at least to some degree, in all the forms of entertainment. Welcome, the Cluu Channel. Estelle Getty was also one of the younger actresses on Golden Girls. She played Sophia. Let me tell you, she did it perfectly. Estelle Getty was not Italian, but she played an old Italian woman perfectly, to the point where my grandma was like, oh my gosh, this is me. And it really was. I mean, the way she walked, the way she held her purse, took it everywhere she went, put it between her feet wherever she was. Yeah, that was my grandma was Estelle Getty's character. Yeah.
That's how they did the turkey back in the day. Gotta pull the feathers off.
Yeah, we watched Son-in-Law the other day. Just pluck the feathers out. Pulls the feathers out, the turkey wakes up and starts flying around the kitchen. I'm like, if the turkey died of a heart attack, go ahead and cut its head off. It won't feel nothing.
Good fences make good neighbors.
True.
No, I don't
Very
know. I'm
true.
just kidding. That's from a Walt Whitman.
Let's become better neighbors with Mexico. Let's build that wall.
Oh, I see they're getting the table set up. This is how they did it back in the day.
Exactly right. You see them literally putting together the table that you saw in the thumbnail.
Need some candles.
Again, if you came in late, go ahead and click on that pinned link, and you can watch the episode that we are streaming right now on Cosme. Yeah, Dyan Cannon, she was beautiful. Lyle Wagner, Vicki Lawrence. You recognize him from the Star Wars Holiday Special.
All these pilgrims are well tanned.
Whipster.
Did I mention I'm planning to make Bantha surprise in the next week or two? We picked up a pork tenderloin, and a pork rump, and so I'm going to make 2 versions of Bantha surprise.
That's going to be tasty.
It's going to be good. I'm not entirely certain if it's going to involve whip stir, but
Look, cartoon.
Mm-hmm. So when I said the variety shows of the 70s, this literally was from 1970. That's when this aired. Oh, yeah. These were the early episodes when they actually had cartoon characters for all of them. After the first season, it was just Carol Burnett.
They couldn't do all that animation.
Yeah. Exactly right.
Oh. Shout Factory.
I guess they put something in place of the commercial.
Shout Factory puts a lot of good stuff on. They have like a late night the Tonight Show all day long. You can watch all Tonight Show episodes.
Yeah. I love Paulin. Wow, that hair. You know that's a wig. Even if you're atheist.
That's funny.
That's actually true, though. Act of God is a term of art. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to believe in God. Hey, Florida man, would you be willing to donate some Florida Gators to the Rio Grande for security reasons?
Oh. It's like that movie, Double Indemnity.
Yes. It's nothing these days. Sweetie, could we afford $700 a year for insurance? I would be okay with that.
This was back when the dollar was worth 70s, a lot more than it is now.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to think that the economic policies we're going to be seeing coming in the next 4 years are going to start rolling back that inflation.
Hopefully.
If you don't mind, I am going to go refill my butter rum. I'm coming to the end of it. It's yummy. I want some more. So I'm going to...
I have to go up and use the necessary anyway. Is it upstairs?
It is. But you're going to need to reheat the water. You know, but it's on the stove right now. You want to move it to the electric because if you turn the flame on, that's not going to do it. That's going to be bad.
How much water goes in here?
Half and half. Half rum to half water, and like 2 fingers of Demerara sugar, brown sugar.
And you're the one who said not to use brown sugar, so I used molasses when I made the apple pie.
Well, we need to use up the brown sugar before we start doing anything else. So You could do it however you want, sweetie.
2 fingers of sugar?
I'm watching this,
and
man.
if you can find the star anise, if you want to drop 2 of those in. I don't know where the star anise is.
It's with the sweet stuff on the second
This
shelf.
is why I'm asking you to get it, because I didn't know where it was.
This is you two almost sounded like a Burnett skit there for a second.
I know, right? And that's our life. I mean, we were not putting on something for you guys. That's the way we are for reals. The entire Earth's financial system are tanking. If you think we're the only ones, you need to watch. Well,
China.
This is why we need to be a little bit conservative with our financial policy and start, the tariffs are actually a really good idea. Protectionism.
Look. Ah! Did you hear that?
Yes.
I love this.
What damages? This really does sound like an insurance agent. I used to work for an insurance company, and I actually have my personal attorney, who's really a good friend of mine. His wife works for an insurance company too, and these adjusters. The whole idea, the way these insurance companies make money, is if they can find a reason not to pay out anything on a claim and save some money for the company, that's a win.
They look for the loopholes.
Yes.
Apparently, there was one YouTuber I watched. I think it was Top Hat Gaming Man. How he was saying how he lost it, he had some kind of insurance thing, and it was due to the pandemic. But then apparently there was a clause in his insurance claim that said, "Or if it's a pandemic, you don't get the money." He's like, "What? Like, who would look for that?" No.
You know why Russia isn't doing horrible? Russia is self-sufficient. When they try to put sanctions on Russia over that whole little dust-up they got going on there in Eastern Europe, and Russia's like, we don't give a flying fig because we don't need to buy anything from other countries, which is why tariffs would not be a bad thing for us. Oh, that is a tactic that I've heard many people use. When my wife gets annoyed, they come to me like I'm going to be the rational one. It's like, oh no, oh my friend, you want to deal with her, because once you start dealing with me, it's not going to be pleasant. Lyle Wagner was a good-looking guy. He was the face man of this show.
So they're going to do a commercial for paying out the insurance claim?
Yes. Lucky fire victims.
You don't usually get back what you lost. I mean, it's
it's never, it's never yeah, this is great, wonderful. Yes, exactly right. Because I got to go home with her, right? Marathon was wonderful, but I was exhausted by the end of it. We're going to do Christmas very differently, I think. Or is it still going on? I mean, I suppose to a certain degree, we took about 24 hours off, and then we're doing this one.
Did you watch the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special?
We did. That was the first one we watched.
That's a classic.
So again, this whole idea, and they got away from doing the musical interludes in the later seasons because they weren't really as popular. But you know, I do got to say, Dyan Cannon is just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't even a song that I know, but I mean, this is great background music. You know, don't really have a problem with it. The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Yeah, I don't think we did that this year. We usually do it every year, but I can guarantee we will be doing the Christmas episode this year for Christmas. What do you guys know? What day does Christmas fall on?
December 25th.
What day?
Oh,
day of the week. Yeah, dude. You know what? I can look it up here. Let me pull up my calendar.
I have to lead the lovely lady here. So this would be like Saturday Night Live where they'd have the musical guest, right?
Kind of, yeah. But again, this was 70s, so it was much more mellow kind of music, right? So it's on a Wednesday. I'll have to think about what I'm doing. Maybe I'll do a marathon on Wednesday. Maybe. We'll see. Don't know.
Okay. I brought you two because when I made the one, it didn't get hot because you still had stuff in the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's either going to be really good.
Or choose the other one. Ooh, it feels warm.
Well, I added more hot water because I changed cups.
Well, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, I can taste the star anise. And this one was...
It's without the star anise. It's basically, there was too much in the one.
That one needs to cool down, so I'll be fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, y'all, I'm going back to work.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, who's she?
It's Dyan Cannon.
No idea. Okay, bye.
Well, what, was she in some movies too?
Was she in what?
Movies at all?
Oh, sure she was. Sure. Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking an Irwin Allen movie. It seems like she should be in one of those, but I don't know.
The other thing is, it's weird, but I kind of like the soft focus. It's kind of a mellow, smooth, kind of sexy thing that goes with the soft focus. On Christmas, Netflix is going to buffer while trying to show 2 NFL games. Yeah, so screw that. Come on over by me and we'll watch.
What's this? Elegant Rapture? Is this an old movie? What is this?
Well, it's obviously a fake one. We have Lucille Ball to thank for the Carol Burnett show. Lucy saw Carol on stage 3 years before the Carol Burnett show, and she told her, "You got what it takes, kid." Look, we have Lucille Ball to thank for Carol Burnett, which was one of the funniest shows on TV, and we have Lucille Ball to thank for Star Trek. You wouldn't have had Star Trek if it weren't for Lucille Ball.
Interesting. Oh.
Yeah, honeysuckle rose, absolutely. That's interesting. You peasants. So the Carol Burnett show, they talk about filmed before a live studio audience, right? It was not only filmed before a live studio audience, but they did two different shows with two different audiences. And the show that you saw on TV was an editing of what they considered to be the best takes for each skit. And every show was different because, again, there was a lot of improv. And I got to tell you, live theater is a very different experience for the actors. Because if anything goes wrong, you have to find a way to make it work. You don't get a second take.
So when you see a prop fall from the ceiling,
yes, you find some, you make a joke or you find a way to work it in or whatever.
Now it's turning into the Phantom of the Opera.
Yes. There was actually there's a scene in Les Miserables where Gavroche, the little boy, goes out beyond the barricade and he is collecting up the bags of ammunition from the dead to throw over the barricade back to the resistance fighters to continue fighting. And as he's doing it, he's getting shot. And Gavroche does not make it. Usually when the kid dies, that's, you don't see that in movies, but,
you see it in plays.
And it's tragic because the actor then needs to throw this bag over the barricade, and Holrace is supposed to catch it, but sometimes it doesn't make it. So it's all the more tragic if you're in a performance where he doesn't get a hold of that bag and Gavroche dies basically for nothing. That brings a whole element to the storytelling.
It changes the play.
Yes. Not so badly that the story's thrown off, but it adds a little emotional punch right there.
It's like the young ensign that is or isn't Scotty's nephew, right?
Exactly.
Standing in the cut you watch.
Welcome, Mark Malnikoff. He said, had an actor break a butt on stage during a performance of the Klingon Christmas Carol. The actor picked up the pieces and kept going. That is how a warrior would behave, and that's the way a live actor would behave. Absolutely. We were talking about you earlier, Mark. I got to get together with you because I got a fruitcake for you and Julie. I forgot another gift that Netter and I have been holding on to for way too long that we've been wanting to give you. And see, you see a scene like this, I have no flipping clue whether the couch was supposed to do that or not, but it's funny.
A lot of physical comedy here.
Do you know why we haven't heard or seen much of Avery Brooks? He's a full-time professor at a university in LA, and he's been teaching his acting class these days. Oh, interesting.
Good for him.
I took Netter to see the live performance of the traveling company when it was here in Chicago years ago. We will not be going to see it in the theater. The cinema, I mean. Take care, man. Anui. Thank you for hanging out with us.
What was he eating there? A sausage sandwich? That doesn't look like to me.
Joe's Atmosphere, we're watching the Carol Burnett Thanksgiving episode. The link is up there in the chat if you want to watch along with us.
I like this song.
You like Chopin? I do too.
Yes. That's so bad.
You know he's not playing, so it's kind of funny when he's trying to sync up.
He's trying hard not to laugh.
He is. Hand in hand.
People will give this a rave review saying it's the best stage comedy since Noise is Off, right?
Hello. Ew. None of the props work. I love it. And now the door opens. I saw that coming. Well, I'm not going to support it. I'll find a way to watch it without supporting those bastards because they obviously hate their audience.
Who?
The people behind Wicked.
Oh, well.
With an ear of corn. Oh, no, it's a banana. Sorry.
If you peel the banana, leave the peel on the floor, he could trip and fall and break his neck.
Yes, exactly. Pull the trigger on that banana. Bang! Like, wow. This is exactly what I was talking about. I mean, this whole skit is about improvising when things go wrong. Why don't you just eat?
Eat the evidence.
Yeah.
I think there was an Alfred Hitchcock episode about that.
Right.
Eat the murder weapon. Yes.
Wasn't that an Alfred Hitchcock episode? She stabbed him with an icicle and then it melts. So
maybe that, or was that? Yeah.
Oh, I saw. Yeah, I was gonna say I see this coming. Just run right into the wall. Curtain, and it falls on them.
There it goes. I bet the guy who was eating the sandwich.
Okay, I will admit, doing live theater, I never had that many problems in a single performance. Never once. Her banana went up. Exactly. See?
Ooh.
Yeah, see, and like I said, after the first season, they started going to more and more of the comedy sketches because that's what people were really tuning in for.
Was this supposed to be like television version of vaudeville? Is that what this was supposed to be?
I never thought about it that way before, but yes, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what this was. Yes. It was meant to be family entertainment, and there was something for everyone, right? But I think more and more people enjoyed the comedy, and they liked the song and dance numbers less and less. But a piece like this, there's not much to say about it. It's just an ambiance piece, right? It's enjoyable to watch. The music's great.
Nice to be him.
But there's, yeah, well, yeah, right?
Just saying.
5 will get you 10, but it was dead. It didn't matter, right? This level of skill, we don't have dancers like this anymore. We don't have music like this anymore.
Nope.
I think this is what people are really reacting to with entertainment today. And check out That's Entertainment. That's a film that kind of reminds you about what entertainment used to be like. There were, in the early days of television, whole shows that were basically this: song and dance numbers. You know, the Lawrence Welk show, for example, which as a kid I thought was boring as all hell. But if you can find episodes of it online these days, I'm like, this actually isn't bad. This is kind of pleasant. And I don't know that people gathered around their television to watch it, but it was the kind of thing you'd leave on in the background while you were doing other things. Like you probably do today with some podcasts or just, music or whatever. Now think about this too. This again was a stage production as far as the live audience was concerned.
Well, people are used to seeing stuff on stage, though.
Right, exactly. Oh, I just noticed what Curtis Selby and Toby Nixon are sharing in the memes in the Cosme. Funny stuff, man. I mean, I don't think I'd be out of line saying this seems like a kind of lost art. I'm not sure that this kind of dance is even being taught anymore.
I'm sure there's still places.
It's probably very niche.
It's a big world out there,
Because there's a strong influence of ballet here, right?
Yes.
Is anyone learning ballet anymore?
I know they are in Eastern Europe. Summer Glau was a ballet dancer before she injured herself. She had to go into acting after that, remember?
Probably best thing that ever happened to her. Yeah. A lot of these ballet dancers that literally keep doing ballet all their life, they end up messing up their feet and legs. They really do. As the stomach turns, this was a regular recurring bit in Carol Burnett. It was a riff on As the World Turns. It was a parody of daytime dramas, soap operas.
Uh-oh.
'94. Hours. 25 hours. You get it? She married for the money.
Funny.
Congratulations. $700 million was a lot of money back in 1970. Celebration. Okay, understood. Take care, Joe's Atmosphere. Everybody, if you can, jump over to his channel, hit the subscribe button. Great content over there.
Look at all that money.
That for $1,000. Fuck. Money can't buy happiness, so I guess you gotta rent it. Of kindness.
Minks are very expensive, right?
You know, like so many other things that are very expensive, they're high maintenance. Most people don't realize this, but natural furs, you need to store them appropriately or they kind of fall apart. If you have a mink coat, you need to store it in a refrigeration unit.
Do you like that? She was trying to be in disguise. Have you ever owned any fur coats?
I inherited well, not me, but Netter inherited several from my mom and grandmother.
Oh, okay.
Not that my mother's passed, but she just didn't want to deal with them anymore, so she gave them to Netter.
Right.
And yeah, if you don't take care of them, they tend to shed. Yeah, that's why
Ew, like a dog.
you want to keep them in refrigeration units. And you really only wear them. Well, when are you going to wear a fur coat? You're going to wear a fur coat in wintertime, right?
Yes.
And there's a reason that faux fur is so popular. It looks and feels as good as real fur without having to worry about, shedding, so to speak. Joke book. I actually forgot Vicki Lawrence had a Good figure, too. Vicki Lawrence, also the singer, she had one big hit the night the lights went out in Georgia. Before it rings.
Look at that.
I can't tell them apart.
Look at that.
You, I say. I don't know. You know, Paul Lynde was just so fun to imitate.
Oh.
Tacky dresser.
Now she's crying.
Thank you. Lawrence, her friends who are defending her, right?
Like that.
Mumsy.
Oh.
Wow.
It's her house. What's uh-oh.
I like Lionel Wagner as the narrator.
Look at this. It's funny.
She's like, really? As the stomach turns.
It's a classic.
Yeah, this was a recurring theme. They did this on for years. They did As the Stomach Turns. I think this is another musical number. I'm not sure.
You could tell it's a musical number. They're all not moving.
Yes. So I really am thinking about doing a. Netter and I were talking about this earlier today. Doing a. Oh, this is the whole Carol Burnett cleanup character. This is what started the whole character, the cartoon character from the closing
intro.
credits.
Yes.
Yeah. So Netter and I were talking about doing another marathon, film marathon for Christmas. So you know what? I think I might start a thread on the community tab, suggestions for Christmas movies you guys want to see for the marathon.
Is someone going to mention Die Hard?
Die Hard. Yeah.
Is that the Easter Bunny?
It does look like the Easter Bunny, doesn't it? Oops.
What's it? The Wax Museum? What is this?
Yeah, I don't know if they're wax. No. I think
Toys.
they're either toys or what do you call them? Like robotic, type fixtures.
Whoa.
I don't know what the glasses are doing.
They're magic. That's what they're doing.
I was gonna. Mark Daly says I was gonna mention Die Hard, but you beat me to it.
Magic glasses that make the toys dance.
Have to believe.
Oh, look at the
monkey.
The monkey. Look at that.
Have we done a watch party of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? We need to.
Mm-hmm. Why associate that one with Easter? It's not really an Easter movie, is it?
No, but I know why you say that, because they probably played it around Easter time.
Yes.
There's kind of a feel of like Night of the Museum to this, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think you're right. Toys. She dropped the glasses, so they stopped moving. Oh, and she stepped on them.
The magic is gone.
Oh, that's sad. So maybe she needs to get her work done now. Maybe start mopping the floor. Yeah, I'd forgotten. Carol Burnett's actually a pretty decent singer.
I like this song.
Do you?
This is from the Fantastics, correct?
I have no idea.
Yes, it's an off Broadway play. Yes.
I forgot to ask you earlier, Boomer. Do you have to work tomorrow?
Yeah, but I go in a little later, so it's not a disaster. Okay, we can stay.
Gotcha. Do you know what time I woke up today?
No.
1 in the afternoon.
That's late, man.
Well, I was streaming from 9 in the morning until about 2 in the morning the following
You
day.
missed the Black Friday sales. You were supposed to be with the crowds in Chicago.
Fuck no, I don't need anything. You're selling. Netter and I have been talking about this. We've realized we're both really hard to buy for because we buy shit throughout the year.
Oh.
Whatever we want. We go, nah, I mean, just Amazon. Oh, that's a decent price. Boom.
Got it.
Order
Boom.
it, you know? And now the jokes are starting. Nate says, Chuck Norris sleeps like a baby on Elm Street. Yes, I got it. Yeah, last night we watched that Thanksgiving 2003 Eli Roth film. I'd never seen it before.
Oh, boy.
Damn, that was a hell of a movie.
It's messed up, huh?
Pretty damn messed up.
Did you like the Black Friday shoppers in the beginning of that?
Yes. And you know what Netter said? He's like, that's why I do all my shopping online.
I like the scene with the cat, right?
Yes.
And the cat's just sitting there and he feeds the cat before he leaves.
Apparently the cat took directions so well and did such a good job. And that was the same cat that was in the remake of Pet Sematary.
Interesting.
Yeah. Thanksgiving was no, she did mention that she had played it. Yeah. Had this time together. Yeah, first season she sang it, and then it was just worked into the music at the end. So long. Yeah, so this was basically just an episode of the Carol Burnett show, but it was their Thanksgiving themed episode.
They have the Thanksgiving thing at the beginning with the pilgrims.
Yep. No, I think we should do this again. We should probably do this again, but like some of the later episodes, I think there was. I want to do the episode that's got the Harvey Korman and Tim Conway, the dentist sketch. That one is just off the wall, hysterical. CBS, yeah. Carol Burnett show. Oh, and JPRPH1 shared another Dyan Carroll bit in the God, she was gorgeous. Yeah, so check out the Carol Burnett channel on YouTube.
Yes.
There's a lot of episodes of the show. Definitely worth it. I can't tell we talk a lot on this channel about the variety shows and whatnot, but the Carol Burnett show, this is not even the best example of the Carol Burnett show because, as I said, later seasons they went more into the comedy sketches and less of the musical interludes, and it was it's just off the wall hysterical, especially the improv comedy. It was just.
Were shows like this important in the 70s because it was kind of a tumultuous time in the United States, especially?
Never thought about it that way, but yes, it absolutely was. The 70s, see, I talked about the economy of the 70s before. The Carter administration was very similar to the Biden administration, except Carter decided that it would be a good idea to put an embargo on gas from outside the United States.
That, yeah.
So the price of gas went through the fucking roof. It got so bad that they had to ration gas in the 70s. So if, depending on what I can't remember if it was your license plate or your street address, odd number and even number had to go and get gas on alternate days. And you literally had lines from the gas station down the friggin' street for miles for people trying to get gas. And so you were paying through the nose because it was so expensive. If you got there, it was entirely possible by the time you got up to the tank to get gas, they were out of gas. They were out of fucking gas because so many people were buying gas. It was fucking ridiculous.
It's like,
we're not even talking about people filling gas canisters or anything like that. We're just filling their fucking car tanks.
It's like lining up for bread, right?
It was fucking ridiculous. So it's no big surprise that Carter lost the election in a landslide to Reagan, especially after all that shit that people went through with the economy. And remember, what's the truism in politics? It's the economy, stupid. If the economy's doing shit, the other side is going to win this time. It's always going to be the case. If the price of eggs and the price of gas and the price of, heating oil and stuff is through the roof and you can't afford it, you're going to vote for the other guy. But Carter doubled down on this idea that, things are really tough. So what you got to do is you got to buckle down. You got to make more from less, turn the heat down a little bit and wear a sweater. I shit you not. That's exactly what he said. They referred to it as the malaise speech. And a lot of insiders point to the malaise speech as what really lost him the election. On the other hand, you had Reagan, who was the great uniter. He had a way of reaching across the aisle. He was originally a Democrat, very, very much like in the current election, RFK Jr., who went from being a diehard, lifelong Democrat, joined the Republican Party. Reagan did the same thing, and he said, "It's not that I left the Democratic Party; the Democratic Party left me." And he ran as a Republican with the idea that he was going to change things, and he did. We had an incredibly good economy under Reagan. Say what you will, the commies are pissed at him, and they'll make fun of his concept of trickle down economics. But I'm sorry, it really does work. Even John F. Kennedy said, and I'm paraphrasing because I'm too drunk to remember the exact quote, but he said it may seem counterintuitive, but when you lower taxes, it raises tax revenue, and it's very true. You put more money in the pockets of the average American, right? And they have a tendency to either buy more or invest in their companies more. Either way, it's good for the economy, which results in more tax dollars, which greases the wheels of the government. And people tend to forget that. They tend to get on the, let's tax the rich because they don't pay their fair share. That never works out well. There's a reason you need to learn from history. The things you think, the way they work, pay attention to the reality of history and see if they actually work.
History.
Or Donald Trump when he was a Democrat. Yes, that's exactly right. People forget that the Democrats loved Donald Trump until he became a Republican, right? That's exactly right. I love how my friends insist that tariffs raise prices, all the while ignoring that taxes raise them even more. That's exactly true. Not only that, tariffs raise taxes specifically on the products you buy from overseas. You buy American, you don't have that problem. Ask Russia about tariffs. Russia's self-sufficient. So when the U.S. comes along and says, well, we're going to put an embargo on you. We're not going to sell you gas, and we're going to sell you steel, and we're going to, they're like, you know what? Fuck you. We don't care because we produce our own. We don't need yours. So yes, in the short term, if you're used to buying cheap shit from China, you're going to struggle. But if you buy American, holy cow, suddenly more people are getting jobs in the United States. Suddenly the prices start coming down, right? Suddenly you're paying less in taxes because the tariffs are offsetting your taxes. You have the opposite of inflation, you have deflation. But unfortunately they don't teach these kinds of things in economics classes anymore. Reagan's economy was great for most of us. Please tell me why you think the Reagan economy wasn't great. It was a time of great growth in this country. A lot of money in my pocket during the Reagan years. A speech he did for Barry Goldwater called "A Time for Choosing." Yeah, check it out. Definitely worth checking out. You should not be buying from China if you have any thoughts about human rights. Yeah, that's the other thing. You want to bitch about slavery and reparations for slavery? Okay, fine. Buy from China. You're literally contributing to slavery, modern day slavery. You're a hypocrite if you think that the cheap shit you're buying from Temu and all this other shit is, yay capitalism. No, that's slavery, you dumbass. But yeah. I don't know how we got on that topic from Carol Burnett. That's just, what the fuck, man. But yeah, the 70s were a very, very different time. And those of us that remember our history, I said this when Obama came into the office and when Biden came into the office. I'm like, I lived through the 70s. We're going to see the same shit all over again. Sure enough, here we are. And honestly, the Trump win last month or earlier in the month, it was just like the Reagan win. The election, the way votes go, the way state law goes is very different. You can't have a true 1-to-1 landslide the way you did back in the Reagan era. This is about as close as you can get. When people say this was a referendum on the administration, it absolutely was. So anyway, but yeah. So man, that was a great suggestion that you had, Boomer. The Carol Burnett show. I really enjoyed that. We'll have to do more of that in the future, but I think we'll do some of the later ones. I want to make sure we get the one, like I said, with the dentist sketch. That one was hysterical. The other one that I think is really classic is the Gone with the Wind sketch. That one is hysterical. That was particularly funny if you've seen Gone with the Wind. So maybe I'll have to do like a Monday night at the movies, Gone with the Wind rewatch, and then on Friday we do that episode of the Carol Burnett show, because that's great primer. But yeah, so let's go through it. Let's reacquaint ourselves with what we got coming up this weekend. So it's still Friday, I mean, I forgot because I had the day off today, but I had the day off, which means there's 2 days that I don't get paid for. So I'm kind of screwed this week. But so we're coming up on Saturday. Saturday is help me out, Netter. Do you know this is Big Al's
week? Paul Blart Mall
Cop. I said it. Paul Blart Mall Cop. Netter and I have not seen that movie. We will be watching it tomorrow night on Big Al Presents Films with Friends, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. Of course, I will be providing it's actually the same Cosme link that's right here. So if you got that, you can watch the movie along with us. It'll be provided in the chat. That is tomorrow. Sunday, of course, we got deleted scenes all day. Check out his channel for... Actually, you know what? Go to his channel right now and see if he's got a weekend update that tells you what everything he's got going on. Otherwise, deleted scenes, let us know. Do you have an unscripted coming up? Do you have a Western cinema this week? But what I do know we have is over on Age of Boomers channel, this turkey over here, we're talking Geeky Geezers. What are some of the things we're talking about on Geeky Geezers this week? Age of Boomer. You with us, Age of Boomer? Age of Boomer. Hello.
Oh, maybe his internet went out.
Yeah, I think we might have lost Age of Boomer. He's probably going to drop out in a second. So
He just did.
He just did. So let me real quick go and check what some of our notes are for the Geeky Geezers. I've got a MeWe chat that I've got up with him. So we got we're going to talk a little bit about Gladiator 2 because that was a lot of fun. We're going to be doing a lot of gaming talk, including Elon Musk talking about starting his own gaming company to fight the woke mind virus. We're talking about class action suit against Steam. And, of course, we'll be talking about Moana 2, which I haven't seen and I'm not planning to see because let's just fucking defund Disney. But
I hit mute on my mic. That's what happened.
Then how did you fall out?
Because I removed myself because I had to restart everything.
Because you're a ding dong. Okay.
You know something? Fair. Yeah, I was going to talk about the Muppet.
Boomer. You're a boomer. That's what you are.
I was going to talk about the Muppet attraction being removed from Hollywood Studios. We're going to talk about that.
Too, yeah.
Which had an animatronic Statler and Waldorf.
Statler and Waldorf, yeah.
Statler and Waldorf, and they would actually talk to the they were like animatronics, and they were in like when you would take a seat, and they'd be making comments about the tourists coming in or something. You know, and it's like
this is something I got to say about Disney, and this was true at what was that Hollywood? Oh, what was that park? Ride the Movies. What was it called? It was that was
MGM Studios.
MGM Studios.
They later changed to Hollywood Studios because I guess
so. It was cool that both of them had these animatronics that would. I don't want to say they would interact with the audience, but they had this way of doing performances that were unique for each performance.
Yeah.
Specifically about. I mean, it would be like they'd say, "Hey, that woman in the front seat, in the blue dress." And sure enough, there was a woman in the front seat with the blue dress. How did they know this? These are animatronics. Well, I don't know how. It was almost like a magic trick. How was this done? In the E.T. ride at MGM Studios theme park, when you went in, you'd stand in line. And about halfway through the line, you would get an intergalactic passport, right? And it was this, it looked like a one-sheet passport, but it had a magnetic strip on it. And they were saying, "What is your name, please?" And, and they made it fun. Like, do you have anything to claim? Do you have any live, specimens, any produce to claim? But they would ask you a couple of personal questions, like your name and so on and so forth. And then they would give it back to you. give this to the gentleman when you're seated. Okay. As you're getting into the seat, you'd hand it to him, and then you'd go and you'd sit in your seat, right? What I didn't know was that the electronic strip on it contained information, including your name. And so then when you gave it to the person that was seating you, that person would take that, scan your name into the computer, and tell it where you were sitting. The reason that's important is because at the very end, E.T., who had been in the very front of the car, in the little basket like in the movie, at one point he goes down and disappears, and then he reappears on the side. And then he turns and he looks at you, and he goes, Troy, Boomer, Netter, and he points right at you.
Oh, yeah.
Boomer, friend. And it's like, how the fuck does this animatronic know who I am and where I'm sitting? And if you're paying attention, you figure it out. But it's like, at the time, that's pretty damn cool,
That was Universal Studios.
Oh, I'm sorry, Universal. I thought it was.
That's why it was good. I'm sorry. No, but to be fair, the Muppet attraction was good, and now they're getting I'm not happy about this. They don't.
Yeah, we'll talk about that big time
pile
on
of
Sunday.
Crap. That's what the company is right now. Anyway,
so yeah, that's Sunday, and of course, what? You're just a bastard in a basket. Daniel Day-Lewis, maybe. Yeah, exactly. So that's Sunday. Monday, I don't think I've decided on what movies we'll be watching on Monday, but we're probably going to go back and try to catch those. There was a week where things did not work out for me, and I had wanted to show Karate Kid 3 and 4. I'll probably do those this week. So looking forward to that on Monday.
I'll try to make it, at least for the first one, if not both. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
shoot you the link then in case you can.
I'll try to make it. That's what I'll try to do.
Okay.
I can't make a promise, but I can make it to those. Yeah.
Then of course Tuesday over on Deleted Scenes, 7:30. Twin Peaks. We're talking through the where is my book? The final dossier. We're on. Are we on part 3? I think we're on part 3. We're going to be finishing up the final dossier this week at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, for 1 hour. Well, the presentation itself is an hour. It's a 2-hour live from Sparkwind 21. Because then at 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern, next episode of Lake 7 on my channel right here. Something to look forward to on Tuesday. Thursday on Netters Network. What's going on Thursday?
Thursday, it's you and me.
Oh, it's just you and me. We don't have a particular special guest, so it'll just be Netter and I chit-chatting, which is actually always fun too.
Yes.
You could talk
on Thursday after. We'll be having my birthday stream.
That's right. Birthday stream for Netter. I've already got her gift.
And on my birthday stream, I'll be giving away gifts. So I've got a couple. And because we're celebrating my being monetized, because it's time for that, as well as my birthday. And no, you don't get to know how old I am.
Doesn't matter how old she is. She's still hot.
I was about to say... you could talk about your Jello story on Thursday, your Jello shot story.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to need someone to remind me, so maybe you need to be in the chat for that.
We'll see.
But I like that. Yes, I admit I am a Russian bot. Yeah, there you go. So that's Thursday. Next Friday, what do you say, Boomer? If I'm going to do a Karate Kid 3 and 4, maybe we talk Karate Kid 3 and 4 on.
You want to talk about the movies you want to wait on Cobra Kai in the final season?
I'll see how much of Cobra Kai can get.
Don't push it. Why don't we just do the Karate Kid movies, and then we can talk about the phenomenon one, and then we can talk about
Yep, that'll be next week. So that's the weekend review, my friends.
All right.
Awesome. And just want to thank everybody so much for hanging out with us. Hope you all had a wonderful Turkey Day. And yeah, if you like what we do here, make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, but I'm guessing that everybody that's here is already subscribed. I am monetized, so if you want to really, really support the channel and be a producer of the show, membership is a great way to do that. Monthly membership really keeps the lights on here, my friends. I can't tell you. My hope is that I can make this a full-time position. I am a contractor in my day job, and if that ever dries up, I want to make this a full-time thing, which means not only will you continue to get Monday Night at the Movies and Geeky Geezers on Sunday and Friday Night Last Call and all the movies that Netter does and Big Al does on Saturday, but I will be putting out tons of content if this is a full-time job throughout the week. So maybe I'm worth the investment. I don't know. You guys decide.
Because you're worth it.
I'd like to think so. We'll see. But your time is definitely worth it, which is why I try to provide the best show that I absolutely can. Agent Boomer, any last thoughts? Anything that I missed that I should have covered for this Thanksgiving episode?
No, just really thankful to be here and thankful to be spending time with these good people here and with y'all in the chat.
Yeah. When I think about our history and how we started these channels and, people that were in our lives that are no longer in our lives,
right.
And people that have been with us from the beginning and are still around. Wow, what a crazy ride, and how thankful I am on this Thanksgiving week. All right, guys, you take care. I will see you on the next one. Salute, as I start my third drink.
Salute.
Bye-bye.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.
Hit it, sweetheart.
kind of wish deleted